Hi guys, we're on today with what's probably going to be a really popular topic. I lost a stone in a week, and yes, I did lose a stone in a week, and I'm going to tell you how I did it. So, if we move on, I'm going to show you this, which is the Clean 9 diet. Now, the Clean 9 diet, I might actually do a full video on this because it is interesting. But just to put the disclaimer in again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert, and if you're going to experiment in any of this, I would seek medical advice first. So, the Clean 9 diet, it's a 9-day diet, and you're literally taking the aloe vera gel, and this aloe vera gel washes out your gut. And while you're doing that, you have a couple of 100-calorie milkshakes on day one and day two. So if you're a man, you've automatically got a 1 pound deficit on day number one, plus exercise. And after the first 2 days, you start introducing a 600-calorie meal for days 3 to 8. And if I remember rightly, on the last day or so, you integrate an extra meal in there as well. All other meals are supplemented by I think it's about 150 calorie shake. So I did this over 9 days, and at the end of the week, I lost a stone. And I was thinking, whoopie doo, this is brilliant. I'm 1 stone lighter. Now, let's look at the mathematics surrounding this. So, a man, roughly speaking, needs 2,500 calories a day, a lady 2,000. So, if you have a deficit of 500 a day, times that by 7, that's 3,500 calories a week, which is a pound. If you have a deficit of 1,000 calories a day, that's 7,000 calories, which is 3,500 over a week, which gives you a £2 loss in fat. So when we think about it, if a man drops down from 2,000 to 1,500 calories and a woman drops from 2,000 to 1,000 calories, they're going to lose £2 of fat a week. And that is good going. If you can stick as a lady at 1,000 and a man at 1,500 a day for a full week, you've done really, really well. So let's have a look at what it takes to lose a stone in a week. So £14 makes a stone. So if 3,500 calories is £1, that means you need to lose 49,000 calories in a week to drop a stone in a week. So that would mean a calorie deficit of 7,000 a day. So take a man, if you take off the 2,500, if you eat absolutely nothing, you still need to lose 4,500 calories. And if 110 calories, roughly, going on average, is what we burn on a 1 mile run, you'd have to run 10 miles for every 1,000, and it goes on and on. So you're probably going to be running ultra marathons and eating nothing every day for a week to lose a stone. When you look at it that way, to lose a stone in fat in a week, it's got to be physically impossible. I don't think anybody could do that. Nobody's going to starve themselves for 7 days and run hundreds of miles. So I started thinking to myself, what happened here? Because I did lose a stone, according to the scales, in 1 week. So what is it that actually dropped the weight? So here's a few factors. If you do your research on this, you carry a lot of liquid in your body. And here's a few factors which contribute to how you can lose weight. So the body obviously holds on to water when water's in short supply. So the more water you drink, the body thinks I've got a regular supply of water coming in. So the more water you lose going to the toilet. So if you drink more, you carry less liquid. Salt holds water. So for that week, the aloe vera diet is flushing out all salty foods, which drops even more liquid. So maybe there you've dropped 2 to 3 pounds of water, maybe another couple of pounds of water, and you're starving your body of carbohydrates. Now, your carbohydrate stores can be about 2,000 calories in your body, but that 2,000 calories of carbohydrate holds water as well. So you're losing even more water. And you're clearing out the gut with the aloe vera gel of undigested food. So your body, there's mad suggestions of how much, I've looked at a few websites. Some websites suggest you can have pounds and pounds of undigested food. I mean, if you think about it, if you go to a restaurant, have a 14-ounce steak, all that red meat, which is harder to digest, is in your gut. So when you clear your gut out, you're pulling all that undigested food out of your gut as well. So there's an article here I've referenced, and the article is you're full of crap, literally. A man of average weight produces a 1 pound of poop, and a woman of average weight produces a 14-ounce poop per day. So obviously there's lots of undigested food in the body which can carry weight. So when you go into your weighing day on the scales, there's a lot of things that can happen. And remember, some of you might have lost a pound and think, I wanted to lose 2 or 3 pounds this week. What's happened? Or some of you might have lost nothing and broke even this week. But the scales are not always the definitive test, as I've just explained, because water can fluctuate your weight significantly as well as other factors. If you have a heavy meal the night before, that can cause issues. If it's something like red meat, which is more difficult to digest, that can still be in your system. So if you go to a carvery and have a red meat carvery, loads of veg and a heavy meal and a pudding, the night before a weigh-in, you're likely to have more weight of food in your body. Your hydration levels can be affected by loads of things. In the past, we've had someone who joined the Biggest Loser Club who used to have a sauna the night before the weighing day and then got amazing results, and we all wondered why. So if you're sweating off that water, you can cheat the scales. Obviously, hard to digest food, easy to digest food will dictate how much food is still in your body. So again, if you go to the toilet before or after a weigh-in, small things like that can actually affect the weight that you are. And exercise levels, when you exercise, you sweat and you lose water. And all this is underpinned by the important thing, calories consumed. So if you have a bad week and you think things aren't going my way, you should know how many calories you've had roughly during that week. And if you know you've worked on a calorie deficit as an average over 7 days, you've done well. And it doesn't matter what the scales say. So weigh-ins are good, but again, we're looking over the long term. So would I do this diet again? Well, some of the principles of this diet were absolutely fantastic. Again, I would consult a doctor or get medical advice before you did do this diet. But for day number 1 and day number 2, you have a 100-calorie protein shake. So you're having 200 calories over 2 days. Now, it's an absolute endurance test. It's hard work and it's not easy in any shape or form. And then you work on one meal a day for the next few days. But during that time, I was exercising and I did learn the principles of smaller portion size, calorie control, and that your body can survive eating less. We all think that if we aren't stuffing ourselves with 3 meals a day and getting that sugar in our body, we can't survive. This diet teaches you you can survive on less. So it resets your body, it detoxes your body, and it helps you think about how many calories you're actually putting in. So there are some really good principles from the diet which I still use today. Now, apps like MyFitnessPal are really, really good. This is completely free and it's on the internet. And if you have it on your mobile phone, it's got a barcode scanner. It scans in the calories of everything you're eating, and you can also put in manual calories as well. You can also connect it to Strava or Garmin, your fitness apps. So what it does, it calculates how many calories you're burning off through exercise, how much you're eating, what your target daily amount is, and when you get to target, you have the choice of stopping. So if you get to dinner time and you've had 1,300 calories, and you know that you're on 1,500 a day, you know that really you've got 200 calories at the most at tea time, or maybe a little bit more with exercise. So I might do a full video on MyFitnessPal because it's absolutely brilliant to get your mind in into thinking about calorie control and eating the right amount of food. Cracking app, it's worth trying out. I know there's other ones on the market, but this is just a free one which I've used in the past. So, to get to the point of this video, did you lose loads of weight in the first week and then stop losing it? Yeah, you probably did, because on week number 1, you lose quite a bit, but a lot of it's liquid. And this is a race which I remember doing. Now, this race is called Hendon Brook, and it's an absolute beast of a race. It's about 13, 14 miles, and it's about 2,000 foot of hills. Now, if you look at the picture on the left, it's all happy smiles. I'm about 15 minutes into the run, and this is great. But I set off fast. I set off fast on them hills. Now, if you look at the right, that's me coming on the finishing line and being dragged in by my friend Chris. And I was in a mess at the end of that race. Now, my point is, if you're doing a small race and you set off fast, when you get to the middle of that race and it starts hurting, it really, really hurts. And you need the will of God to keep going and get over that finishing line. So setting off fast isn't always the best thing to do. You've got to think long term. And you learn this in running races. And my friend Martin Gardner from up in the lakes, Doc Martin, he sent me some pictures about when he was doing the Bob Graham. And he's an ultra runner, so it's a different kind of running. The Bob Graham is 72 miles and 42 peaks. So this is one of these ultras where you're running through the night. It's a bit of a famous one in the lakes. And the quote on this is slow and steady wins the race. Now, I've just had a chat with Martin recently, and he said he's quite happy going steady and losing a pound a week at this point. Because as an ultra runner, he understands that slow and steady wins the race. And it's all about planning as well. So when you do an ultra run and you're in there for the long term, and dieting, you've got to be in there for the long term. It ain't a 5K, a 10K, or a quick race. Dieting is long term, and you've got to be in there for the long term. So if you look at what Martin's got there, he's got a group of people surrounding him. I love that photo because at the end of the day, when you're in for the long term, you need people around, a supportive network. And that's what we are at the moment. We're a group, a supportive network. We're helping each other achieve our goals. But also, if you're doing a long-term activity, you need to plan carefully. So for an ultra run, you need your supplies, your support crew, your nutrition planned out. It all needs to be planned. And dieting, we can't just think this is going to be a quick fix. It's going to happen in 10 weeks. Game over. We're done. Let's get back on with our lives. It's a long, lifelong change, and we've got to think about planning it properly. So the message today is it's week number 2. Don't despair if weight loss has slowed down. £1 to £2 a week is absolutely fantastic. £1 is great. £2 great. If your weight's plateaued, it doesn't matter because after 10 weeks, you look at what success you've achieved over the long term. And if you stick to that calorie deficit, if you know as an average over the week, let's say your target's 2000 and you've not exceeded that, you are losing fat despite what the scales say. So keep going, good luck, and I will send some more information out about MyFitnessPal and the aloe vera diet.